Well, that's less than ideal. You ain't supposed to do that. Morning. Starting the day off over here at the house build. Not much going on today over here, but apparently my contractor was over here with the heating and cooling guy, and they did some marking where registers are going to be, so I need to check those. Apparently that X is their mark. You can't even see the X, can you? Not much of a mark. So those are important for the in-floor heat guy. He actually just wrapped up the shop project, same guy. We have in-floor heat in this house. That's gonna be our primary heating source. It's in the basement. It's also gonna be in the floor joists. So he needed to know where their holes were gonna be for registers before he ran pests in the floor joists. So coming over here to make sure they got all those marked, and they do. There's just little X's. The contractor did not want to cut a hole in it, the floor. I was afraid someone would fall through the floor. Yeah, there's one right there. Okay. BJ, your baby boy is taller than you.
Yeah, he's taller than you too, I think.
He's getting there.
Drink your milk, kids. That's all I gotta say.
So you look a lot taller than him in this.
It's the boots.
That's what you got there.
Got some Ariats.
Yeah. Did you know there's a link in the description of this video where you could have got some 10% discounts?
Really? I didn't know that.
Now you do. You know what's super convenient when you're busy and it's 9 o'clock at night and you haven't ate dinner? Factor meal. Let's see what we have for dinner tonight. So as some of you know, I have been using Factor now since March, maybe early, can't remember if it was March or April. A good while now. Still a big fan. Let's see what we got in. Factor meals come sent to you with these ice packs in here, wrapped in insulation. This is, like I said, it's 9 o'clock at night. These things are still cold. I don't know what time they got delivered, but it was a while ago. I think we might have creamy pork chops. Creamy pesto pork chops. That might be tonight's dinner. Let's see what else we got in here. Ooh, creamy Parmesan chicken. Or sun-dried tomato chicken. Let's go tonight with... Let's go with the pork chops. The preparation for a Factor meal is easy as poking a few holes in this container. Open the microwave, putting her in there for 2 minutes, and that's all there is to it. So one thing I love about these Factor meals is just how convenient they are. And like I said, just getting off work, it's 9 o'clock. My wife and kids have already ate 8 hours ago, and come home, I have variety. I like that. It's not the same old food every day. Something new and exciting. This looks good. I like their pork chops, so I have no doubt this will be delicious. So if you guys would like to try Factor, you can get your own Factor box with a discount code BFE50. There is a link in the description if you'd like to check that out. Like I say, they're delicious. I'm so far a very happy customer. You do have the ability to hand select your meals, or you can choose easy options on their apps such as Chef's Choice, keto friendly, vegetarian friendly, if that's your style. Me, I usually go through and hand select. I've been using Factor long enough now that I have my favorite meals. I usually select those every week. Every now and then I will mix it up when they come out with new meals. So far, I'm very satisfied. But again, if you would like to try Factor, there is a code in the description. Check that out. Get a 50% discount off your first order. 10 out of 10 recommend. So we also had to run up to the building and figure out where we're parking a propane tank.
Now, boy, you better get these. Well, wait room.
So we're going to take the rock truck over to the neighbor's property. Like I mentioned in a video before, property changed hands. New neighbors cleaning up over there. Well, basically we're going to haul some concrete block out of there for him. Stuff has no rebar in it, makes really good riprap, but can get the truck out. Sometimes the old Volvo is a bit stubborn. I won't need ether, huh? Over here we got the porch for our front of our building. think you're gonna be putting that on here in the next week or so. That was one of the last steps. They didn't want it hanging out to where someone would hit it. Over here, BJ didn't quite have enough tool storage.
Yeah.
So to prepare for wheat harvest, he's loading up a toolbox into the bed of his truck, and it's gonna ride. Woo, a little tight. Good. Oh yeah, he's got it. He's got it. So the next task for today, I'm gonna hop in the 5S Massey, do some bush hogging. Dad and BJ been in this daggone thing so much I've barely got to run it lately. So I'm gonna go mow around the grain bins with it. So if you missed it, this is the seasonal demo from Massey Ferguson that we're running. For the most part, this is going to be just a bush hog tractor, but we might find some other tasks to do with it as the year progresses. Oh, I see Dax. And velocity and butt crack! It's like he's fixing to commence in some target practice. Still really needs some water. So at this point, I don't think we've had a rain since like May 15th. This is June the 6th. Yeah, it's D-Day. June the 6th, and man, this is about as long as we went without rain in quite a while. I don't know, there's been some people say, well, this is the best time for it to happen. I don't know. Some of these crops are barely out of the ground, some aren't even out of the ground yet. We need some moisture bad. Dad did some bulldozing back here in the last couple days. Can't tell me, see it, because it's, well, behind all that dust. This might be a bit overkill for a lawnmower, but it's effective and comfortable, and it's here. Yeah, we will have a lawnmower when we live here, but I don't have one here yet, so a bush hog it is. There's the stuff Dad was grading off, making this a little bit more mowable. This was just straight up and down. It's a lot better. All right, folks, we are back today. Not bush hogging today. We're going to do some crop scouting today. We're a little bit all over the place this week, but I think we have some more slug damage. Those things were a little finicky. Brad, what's easier to work on, a D8 or a Toolcat? D8. We're gonna be scouting today with the e-bike. Got it mounted on the back of the rock store. First time trying that, so hopefully it doesn't fall off going down the road. So as we were pulling in here, Dad called and said that they're delivering one of the hydro doors. I'm kind of curious how they deliver these. I've never seen one delivered. They come put together. They don't have metal on them, but the frame's all together. Yep, so this is one of our 30-footers. We got 4 30-foot doors in this building, or 3 30-foot doors and 1 50-footer. Yep, this will get skinned and have a couple windows in it, but obviously not right now. Yep, we look like goons, but we don't have one spandex yet. We're not going to get that into biking. Checking this field, lots of damage on it. We got some stuff that's just starting to come out of the ground, even like right over there, but something's been eating on these pretty aggressively. This might just be deer damage out here because it's been eating on the top like that. Haven't seen any slugs over here yet, but I bet we'll find some. This just looks thin right over there. So this is June 7th. It's been 90 degrees for like the previous week. I don't know if you can see those slugs right there, but they're still out here eating beans. What are they doing? Driving through here, I noticed this bare spot. Start seeing some areas that look like they had some insect damage, and sure enough, frickin' slugs are still eating. So part of my theory is that these slugs are eating these beans because they're not growing. Like if it catch a few rains and these things would take off, they'd outrun the slugs. They get big enough, the slugs will leave them alone, but we haven't got any rain for them to grow. Like this field, they're starting to work on it pretty good. We might have to replant this in like a week. Still not there yet. It's thinned. It's definitely thin. Now if we get some rain, some of these will recover and they'll be fine, but we'll see. So this field here is the one that we replanted a few days ago. See, the beans are already starting to come up. Got some rain in the forecast, so that'll be great for those. Well, that's less than ideal. You ain't supposed to do that. Yep. Had an epiphany, we can just pump water out of the front tank into the back tank. So we need that water, and it's gonna be quicker and less of a mess. But we definitely learned a lesson. When we load this thing with water from now on, we will be getting a load of water first out of this front tank, because that's sketchy. What happened was Brad was backing out. BJ yelled whoa because his one set of trailer lights popped off. when he hit the brakes, over she went. Very top heavy right there, obviously, but I didn't know it would. I thought that it would do that. Learning experience. Hopefully this will pull down as this tank empties, or at least if nothing else, when we pull up, it will settle back down. One of the good things about pumping this water into that back tank, we're putting weight back there, keep the whole tank from flipping. A little sketchy. It's definitely a learning experience. Hopefully this trailer's okay, because she's twisting. Now this thing was out of a line from the factory. Like it towed to one side pretty bad. Dual Lift told us to just take it and have it realigned and send them the bill. Glad we hadn't done that yet. I can see it moving. We have movement. Slow but sure. Moment of truth. Place your bets.
He does have this on the insurance, right? I kind of want to see it 50s.
Hey, shut up, Landon. You're good. You're good. You're good.
You got it.
Nailed it. Last time he cut her hard, it almost went disastrous. I think you yelling ho real fast. Well, that was eventful. Well, I just rode around for 10 miles down here in River Bottoms, and all the beans here look good. These were all planted a little earlier, no slug damage, so that's really comforting. There are some spots where moles, things like that, groundhogs, but nothing major. So I think we have really good beans here. Now looking across here, I can convince myself they look thin, but the reality is they're drilled beans. It's just kind of how they look at this stage. So we got some more food. Every Wednesday. That's Factor Day. Box of Factor. Every Wednesday. But I think I'm gonna wash my truck. Maybe that'll make it rain. We've resorted to that. We're washing trucks. Well guys, that's going to be it for this video. We've done our part to make it rain. If it doesn't rain now, there's nothing we can do. I've been leaving windows down. I've left trucks untarped, washed a truck. But thanks for watching. If you would do me a favor, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. We'll see you in the next one.